If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First, it's free. Second, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. 3, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. 4, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. 5, it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So, sign up to Anchor today. Greetings, ancestors. Welcome to another episode of the Adventures of Coyote Prophet. I wanted to take an adventure down the road of probability, of high probability. So, it dawned on me just out of the blue. You have an extraordinary amount of people, for whatever reason, who are going ahead and taking the serum that's supposed to cure them of the plague upon the land. Of course, they tout it as a cure, and then they kind of out the side of their mouth say, oh, well, it's not really actually that. You're going to have to keep taking this every year, 15,000 times a year, and blah, 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 and all the other nonsense that goes along with it. But for those people who are adamantly against having something like this serum introduced into their system, it's highly probable that if your loved one is one of those people, and when I say loved one, I'm talking about mainly someone who you are sexually intimate with, whether that is a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, partner, or just a hookup, that person could be the carrier of the zombie virus. And whatever is in that serum, once you have that intimate sexual contact, once you start swamping bodily fluids, whether it's, things getting indulged into other things and other people's bodies or not, there's a very high probability that whatever is now circulating in their body will now jump over into your body. It's just like watching an episode of The Walking Dead. Zombies are abound and plentiful, and you're caught and you're trapped, and a zombie bites you, and it's like, no! And then within hours, you start turning, and then you turn into a zombie. Who's to say that this isn't the same thing, but on a different level? Who's to say that being in close proximity of someone who has received the serum doesn't somehow infect other people around them, that whatever subhuman, deeply disturbed energy vortex that this thing creates is jumping off onto you, whether you have that sexual intercourse or not. It's almost to the point where the line in the sand will be almost like the early days of the AIDS epidemic, but a whole lot worse. Back then, it's like, are you a homosexual? Have you had sex with men? When's the last time you had sex? Did you have unprotected sex? Show me the paperwork. Where now, the only thing that will happen is that you will ask them, have you taken the serum? Yes, I have. And then you pull the gun out and you shoot them right between the eyes. Because it's going to get to that point. There is nothing innocent, nothing helpful to basic human beings about what is happening on this planet right now, being orchestrated by dark forces who hide behind a curtain. Of course, there is only one solution, but until people rid themselves of the cowardice virus that exists, then everything will remain as it is and will continue to get as bad as it has gotten. But I just wanted to throw that out there for people to think about. That, self-isolation that we've been doing in 2020, you may need to do that even more in 2021. And especially from people who you love and who you've been intimate with. Just think about that. If this podcast was helpful, thought-provoking, made you angry, made you want to slap me upside the wall, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a line at adventuresofcoyoteprophet@gmail.com. Hit me up on Instagram by the same name. And always remember, it's always better to travel